Hey Eagle fans, I'm Ernie Harris, and we're back with another episode of Coach's Corner. I'm joined again with Rhea County Golden Eagle head football coach Mark Pemberton. Coach's Corner is proudly sponsored by First Bank. Community banking gives you the win. We're the local team that cheers you on. Local bankers who know your name and celebrate you on all life's big wins. To experience the First Bank difference, visit 1525 Market Street in downtown Dayton or call 423-775-1522. First Bank, member FDIC. Well, Coach, the fans got their money's worth Friday night, I believe.
Yeah, they sure did, and we had a good crowd to boot. That was a nice crowd, and it was loud too. So
I agree.
So they had a major contribution in our win.
I agree. It was definitely. I noticed looking at the crowd, it was more people than the first game. So second home game of the season. Anderson County, you outlasted them 35-33. It came down to the very last play, Coach. Literally.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have. I probably should have taken a knee instead of trying to get a few extra yards, which, you always look back and find out mistakes. But, yeah, our guys battled. It got down 20-0. They didn't panic. They kept playing. We've been preaching for a while now, play the next play. Don't worry about the last one, play the next one. And they did that. We got back in the game with two really good drives before halftime and took the lead on the opening drive of the second half. So really proud of our guys and the effort and the mental toughness it took to get back in that ball game.
Like you said, you spotted them 20 points. That's what I'm calling it, for lack of a better term. They jump out. They score second play of the game on a touchdown pass, I want to say 69-yard touchdown pass. Score in the first 45 seconds of the game, so it's 6-0 like that. And then they scored quickly again. You punted to them, they scored quickly, made it 13-0. They scored in a minute 21 seconds in 7 plays. And their third TD was at 45 seconds off the clock. That was it. So 20-0 just like that in the early second quarter.
Yeah, we knew they were dangerous offensively now. They were a really good offensive football team, scoring a lot of points against everybody. But our whole deal was we were going to have to control the ball and try to keep it away from them. We were able to do that after the 20-0 start for the most part. But I think we dominated the time of possession as far as that goes. But good football team that's hard to defend. They've got a bunch of receivers, the running backs all state, quarterback's really good, huge up front. So I think once we spotted them at 20, we sort of settled down. Even though they scored 33, we settled down a little bit and played a lot better defense after that.
I agree. Like we said last week, coming into this game, Anderson County had a high potent offense. They racked up 450 yards total, 300 in the air, about 150 on the ground, Coach.
Yep.
So yeah, they lived up to the hype. After you scored your first touchdown, which by the way, Kaleb Martin scored 4 touchdowns on the night and had the interception there at the end of the game. But your first touchdown came on a 11-play, 73-yard, 5.5-minute drive, ending with Kaleb Martin 3-yard touchdown run. Ethan Davis once again came through. He had 8 of those runs on that drive, Coach.
Yeah, Ethan's turned into our go-to guy. Kaleb's sort of turned into our long-range hitter. He's got the capability of going a distance as well as Ethan, but that was more of our type of football. That's what we have to do to win ball games, is control the clock and run the ball and be physical and win the time of possession, and we were able to do that on several drives during the night.
Like many Rhea County fans have seen over the years, and right after you scored, you took it down, scored, chewed up the clock, put it in the drive, a methodical drive like you did last week with that 16-play drive coming out of the third quarter against McMinn County. I texted my brother at that point when you made it 20-7. I said, and I'll tell you what I said. I said, no panic. Stick to the game plan. Coach Pemberton comes through again. I mean, your players and you just keep your cool no matter, you're down 20-0 like that, and then.
Yeah, and that's a little bit of a change in some of our guys here lately. We've been preaching to them to settle down, don't panic, don't push the panic button. Let's go play the next play and see what happens, and they responded.
I mean, a lot of teams you've seen, you've been in football a long time. A lot of teams, they could go the other way. It could go either way. So, very nice job on the Eagles, and Kaleb Martin directing the team down the field. So, second drive, you put together back-to-back touchdowns, actually 3 in a row. Ended with a 1-yard touchdown by Kaleb Martin, another long drive. 14-play, 87-yard drive, Coach. It took off 3 minutes, 53 seconds off the clock.
Again, that's keeping their offense on the sideline.
Yes.
And that's giving them less opportunities. When you get 2 spread teams that play each other, the offenses get so many possessions over a course of a ball game. If with us, if we can limit those amount of times that their offense is going to touch the ball, it gives us a chance, and we're able to do that with time of possession. And it may be why they're scoring more points against other against spread teams. So it worked out to plan. We didn't expect to get off to a 20-0 start, but after that we settled in, and the game plan went perfect.
Right. You guys made it 20-14 in favor of the Mavericks, Anderson County Mavericks at half, because you scored with 7.5 seconds left on the clock. That drive, it was beautiful. Got down there along the drive. Once again, your wingback Bradley Mayberry had a couple of catches worth 72 yards. 2 catches in the first half for 72 yards.
Bradley's got really good hands, good receiver, catches the ball well, and he's good running the football too. He's just another sophomore we got in the backfield. I mean, we're young back there, so the sky's the limit for Bradley and the rest of those guys.
You threw it only 5 times all night, and two completions to Bradley, so he got them all. So 2014 second, you come out second half and went ahead, took the go-ahead run, 8-yard touchdown run by Kaleb Martin. Once again, Coach, 10 plays, 68 yards. Covering 4 minutes, 45 seconds off the clock to take the 21-20 lead with a Kaleb Martin touchdown.
Yeah, it couldn't have worked out any better.
Right.
Last possession of the first half, we score.
Yep.
We get the ball on. They kick to us. The first possession, second half, we score again. So, and to take the lead. So that sort of lined up for us. It come out the way we needed to come out, and end up taking the lead.
And they answer quickly with about an 8 or 9 play drive, 3 minutes off the clock, and put go ahead score again. They took the lead 26-21. But you answered again with back-to-back touchdowns. Kaleb Martin once again, 26-yard TD run. That left side, he.
Well, they were flipping both their corners over to. We were getting in an unbalanced set on the other side, and they flipped their other corner over on the other side, and all it left was an outside linebacker.
Yep.
So we felt like we had a mismatch over there with Kaleb's speed, and he was able to take advantage of it. We ran him over on some naked bootlegs.
Yep, and it was a nice foot race.
Yeah.
So, once you scored after Cole Ruling's PAT, you went back up 28-26, so you had the 2-point lead. I think he forced another turnover on downs, a punt or something, got the ball back. Ethan Davis punched it in with in the fourth quarter with, I want to say 3 minutes left. 5.5 minutes left, a 3-minute, 50-second drive. But another nice drive. You took the lead, you went up 35-26. At that point, a lot of fans might have thought, they got it in the bag. But once again, that high potent offense through.
I told my coach on the sideline we scored too quick on that last drive. It'd been ideal if we could eat up the clock and score at the end. But, of course, they got it and they're dangerous and they made some plays. We got in a little bit of prevent there to try to make them move slower, and they made a few plays. They started running it. Matter of fact, that big running back, and it caused us problems. But, they ended up scoring again, but I think our guys did a really good job from there on, other than, we fumbled on that last possession, which, I'll put that on me. That's probably a bad decision on me. They had 1 timeout left, and I think it's 1:40 something maybe.
Yep.
Probably should have just taken a knee and made them take that timeout and then milk it down as deep as we could before we turned it over. So but our guys made plays.
Right.
They made up for it, made plays. Kaleb made a huge play in the end zone with the interception to seal the game.
I agree. You scored. I mean, they scored with about 3:19 left. You got the ball back. You were moving the ball downfield. Ethan Davis had a nice run. Mayberry and Kaleb. Kaleb converted. He got 12 yards on this third down play to make the first down. At that point, it was looking, really good. You got it around their 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's when we probably should have started taking a knee. We should have taken a knee that next snap and done it from, we could have got it down to maybe 5, 6, 7 seconds, I think, if we would have done it correctly. But, we live and we learn.
Yeah.
But, our guys covered for me and made plays, and we ended up winning the ball game.
That's true. They took over at their own 18 at that point, drove down, got to your 27-yard line, and then on a second down play, Justin Woody had a sack for a 5-yard loss, put them back to your own 32. They had to they were out of timeouts at that point. They had to spike the ball. The fourth down play set up, and like you said, Kaleb Martin sealed the deal with the interception at the goal line.
Yeah, that was a huge sack, maybe to take them out of field goal range to boot. So that was a huge sack, and then they had to kill it to stop the clock, and last chance throw it to the end zone. So
one running back that made an appearance first time all season, Latron Alloway, coach. He had about 50 yards carry.
I think he had 64.
That's right.
64, something like that on 11 carries. Did a good job. He's going to go get nothing but better. He's a good football player. He had broken his hand earlier in camp.
Right.
And that's really the first time he's been at running back since then. But he played with a big cast on his hand because Crow was hurt.
Right.
Had rolled an ankle the week before. So stepped in, did a great job. Just a freshman. There's another young skill guy that we've got coming back for many years.
I agree. I saw him making a few good blocks too.
He did. He did a good job.
Blocking, running, like you said, 60-plus yards on 11 carries. Nice debut for Latron Alloway.
Sure was.
Ethan Davis had 180 yards on 29 carries and a touchdown. Briley Mayberry also had a really good game, solid game, coach. I had him for about 40 yards, around 9 carries for 40 yards. And like I said, he had 2 catches for 72 yards. And Martin, 4 touchdowns and a interception. Martin is the First Bank Player of the Week. And deservedly so. A great game. I want to touch on your defense real quick. A few players making some good plays. Garrett Ramsey, once again, he had 2 back-to-back breakouts.
He sure did. He sure did, and that was late in the game too. Yes. He made two or three plays there late. It was one-on-one with him and the receiver, and he got it knocked down on the ground. But it was at that point in time, those were pivotal plays in the game.
Yes, they were. I agree. Woody made that crucial sack. Jaden Pankey, along with his usual nice kickoff return yardage, he had a few breakups at his cornerback positions as well. Anybody else, Coach, that just sticks out in your mind?
Well, I think you notice they don't throw it over at Gavin Roddy. Gavin does such a great job over at the other corner that people don't throw at him a whole lot. They do every now and then, but he doesn't get near as much opportunity on his side because they don't throw at him as much. But Jaden gets his hands on footballs all the time. Sometimes he drives us crazy, but he's a good football player, got good instincts, and like you said on the kickoff returns, he puts us in really good position a lot of times, and that's also true because of the blocking. But he gets us, what'd you say, average 20-something yards of return on the kickoff returns. And if you can start at your 40 or 50-yard line, you're in business.
I had him for 4 returns for 86 yards, total yards, 21 and a half yards a return. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I tell you, Coach, we talked about last week, coming in this week, also you want to eliminate penalties. You did that.
Had 2.
2 for 10 yards.
2 for 10.
That's quite a transition from last
In those
week.
kind of games, you got to have it. I mean, if you're going to beat good teams, you can't have all those penalties and beat them usually. You might get lucky one time, but I thought we responded to that, did a good job with it, and 2 is one of the lowest totals we've had in a long time, I think.
It's very impressive, actually.
Yeah.
It's good. They had around 8 penalties for not a lot of yards.
Most of theirs were offside
Right,
penalties.
yeah, 5-yarders.
Yeah.
Great game, great win. You improved to 2-1. It was a non-region game, but still, it's a win. It's a nice win. 2-1 on the week. Anyone else you want to mention?
Other than Cole's done a good job on the extra points. That game came down to a couple of points. He did a good job on his extra points, knocking them through, and he's placing the ball on those kickoffs, trying to keep it away from their return people, and we're spraying it around a little bit and doing a good job with that. So we're really proud of his progress.
I agree. What do you call him again?
Mr. Automatic.
Mr. Automatic. He went 5 for 5 on PATs Friday night. Very nice job, Cole Ruling. So we'll be right back after this brief message from First Bank.
Community makes us stronger together. How strong? Together, we can lift our whole community, pull our entire town through, break down walls, pave a way for change, even move mountains. Get the strong advantage of a community bank. At First Bank, giving back carries a lot of weight. No wonder local banking gives you more pull. First Bank, community strong.
Well, Coach, your opponent this week, you're going to Ooltewah. They're no stranger to Rhea County. You are 5-1 against them since you came in 2013. Your only loss came to them in 2015 in regular season. I believe you lost 16-0, but you got them in the third round of the playoffs that year, Coach. You beat them 14-13. It was quite a game to advance to the semifinals.
Yeah, they were exceptionally good that year. They were really, really good football team, and they beat us 16-0 the first time. And I think our kids were gunning to get another shot at them, to be honest, and we did, and ended up winning. Eddie Davis blocked an extra point, and we won the ball game at Ooltewah. So, yeah, really, I mean, they've got some of the finest looking athletes when you just look at them on the hoof. They do every year, but our kids seem to respond and play well against them, and let's hope that tradition keeps going.
Very nice. Yeah, they're no stranger to Rhea County. We played them off and on since 1974. But this year, what are they? They're 0-2. They lost to Walker Valley the previous game, so they're 0-2. But what kind of team do they have? They're running, throwing?
Well, it's hard to tell because they've had so many kids out with COVID issues, either had COVID or the tracing deal. So. Right. We don't know really what they look like as a whole, if everybody's back, which is a little scary, to be honest. We do know they've got a good running back. They're big as usual. Right. They're athletic as usual. Yep. It's just how many of them were they missing in those first 2 games? We don't. Word was that it was a lot of their offensive linemen. Right. So there's a lot of question out there who the starters are and where we go from there. But we try to look at schemes mostly. We can't worry about the personnel, but we look at schemes, and they do a good job with what they do. And we cannot relax any at all on our schedule. Every game from top to bottom is tough, and this is another one.
Yep, it's a region game.
It's a region game, absolutely. So hopefully our guys will have a good week of practice. We'll be ready to play.
Okay, sounds good. It's at Ooltewah, so hope to see you there. Kickoff 7:30, Coach, is that right?
7:30, yes.
7:30 kickoff at Ooltewah High School this Friday, September 17th, I believe, September 17th. So hope to see you there. I want to thank the fans for watching and following along with us on Coach's Corner. If you want to stay up to date with the latest news, follow the Herald News on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and be sure to click on the notification bell each week. Thank you to our sponsor, First Bank, for your support of Coach's Corner and our community. If you're looking for a bank that cares about the community, they are located at 1525 Market Street in Dayton, or give them a call, 423-775-1522. First Bank, member FDIC. Well, thank you, Coach. Any last thoughts going into this week?
No, other than to thank the community for turning out and being huge force at the ball game the other night. Let's take a good crowd to Ooltewah. Region game, those kids seem to play to our crowd. Let's get a big crowd down there and support the kids and have another good week.
Sounds good. Well, thank you. I'm Ernie Harris, and we'll see you next week.